Lagi niyong almusal yan?
Araw-araw.
Araw, di ka nananawa?
Hindi.
Bakit?
Ay, masarap pa eh.
Poetically referred to by its ancient name, Kumintang, Batangas is thought to have gotten its name from the term Batangan, which means a raft that people used to use so they could fish in the nearby Taal Lake. As the first province in Luzon explored by the Spaniards, it's one of the last few preserved heritage towns in the country, where one could walk along cobblestone streets lined with traditional houses. Being so close to Manila, it's an easy day trip that I hope everyone gets to make one day. Naturally, our favorite way of getting to know a location is through its food.
When you say and talk about Batangas food or Batangas cooking, it's basically traditionally just putting all ingredients together and come up with the best dish. They'd say, ay masarap diyan ang kaldereta, nakoy ako'y nanggaling sa Taal, lalong masarap diyan ang tapa, at ikaw gay nakapag-snack na, mag-i-snack ka doon sa palengke, kakain ka ng empanada, o kaya maaga-aga pa kay magpansit ka na.
I've actually never been to a wet market before it's opened. There's an eerie sense of contained energy that you know that within the next 30 minutes, this place is just gonna blow up. It's currently still only 4:30 a.m. and we're after some breakfast and we wanted to kind of try to shoot everything as it was made fresh to really give you that insight and that access to what makes these places tick.
There was no better place to start than at Mang Biko's, a little no-sign eatery off the main market where people line up as early as 4:30 in the morning to get their breakfast noodles. They go through close to 80 kilograms of pancit every day. Pancit ni Biko traces its origin from Ludovico Militar, who people referred to as Mang Biko.
Ako si Evangeline Militar Pasumbal, bunsong anak ni Tatay Biko, yung may-ari ng tindahan. Bali nung kasi si Tatay nabubuhay pa, ako rin ang kasakasama niya dyan. Nung medyo mahina na siya, sabi niya sa akin, Bunso, wag mong ititigil yung ating business, ituloy-tuloy mo kasi yung mga pinsan, wala silang mga work para mabigyan din sila ng trabaho. Kasi panghabang buhay na yan, ang ating business na yan. Kaya yun ang biling-biling niya, pagpatuloy yung business. May mga kasing tao na halos araw-araw bumibili. Sabi nga namin, hindi pa kayo nagsasawa kasi araw-araw na kayo kumakain. Hindi daw at gustong-gusto daw nila. At saka parang kulang ang araw nila pag hindi nakakakain ng pansit.
I'm just in awe of just how many people all of a sudden rushed. Once the pancit came out to the counter, everyone kind of just converged and wanted their order. So I feel like it's something people want right away, quickly, eat right here on the street, sustainable packaging, standing up. The craziest part about it is not only have they arrived, but they've already eaten and they've left. So it's a bit quieter now. 5:15, time for some pancit.
Thank you.
Finally got my order. Let's try this. Two predominant flavors really come in. One is that pepper. Like, it looked like a lot, but it feels actually really well balanced, so the guys know what they're doing in the kitchen. And then because you want that extra protein in the morning, that extra chicharron that you can put on top. And I'm getting an oiliness at the top of my palate, on my lips, so you know there's some pork fat in there as well. And that's what makes it so good. And I can understand why this is something people would line up for in the morning, because if you're looking for quick, delicious sustenance, I mean, you have everything you need right here.
Pancit ay binebenta namin 20 pesos isang balot. Tapos yung tamales ay 25 pesos. Kami rin ang gumagawa nun. Gawa naman siya sa malagkit at saka may laman siyang karne at saka itlog.
Tamales, egg, you can see the achuete anato there. I'm not sure what the filling is, but I'm seeing some chicken. It really makes such a huge difference when it's freshly steamed and still extremely hot. It's such an underrated kind of snack that we have in the Philippines. I think everyone should experience.
Mawiwili ka, mainit pa.
Ay, oo.
Kaya laging hase. Hindi nagtitinda ng malamig.
Once everyone was done eating, people were ready to open up their market stalls, and I couldn't come here without learning more about their Tapang Taal, which has its roots in the early 50s when the western side of Batangas had many native black pigs. To preserve their meat, the locals decided to marinate it. Now there are dozens, if not hundreds, of stalls selling it here and around town.
Dindo, I love coming to markets because for me it truly is the heart of a city, of a town, and it gives me a good idea of what people here are like, because I feel like the market is where you are at your purest, right?
I'm glad to know that from you.
And when I walk into here, the heart of the heart is the Tapang Taal.
Yes.
I'm not gonna pretend and go two ways about it. I was very ignorant of what is food in Taal, but I didn't know one thing, and that was Tapang Taal.
Each stall would have their own identifying formula or recipe. However, it boils to the same thing.
Of course.
Enormous amount of garlic, enormous amount of what do you call this, the calamansi, the native lemon, and soy sauce. And that's very important.
And that's the vibe I get. A lot of the recipes here are passed down and passed down.
Yes,
and passed down.
handed down to the nephews, to the children.
Just a few steps away from the entrance, we met Ate Lorie, who has been selling this delicacy for the last 4 decades.
Ako si Lorie de Leon, ang may-ari ng Mar and Lorie de Leon Special Tapa and Longganisa. 40 years na akong gumagawa ng tapa. Ang Tapang Taal ay talagang pork, hindi beef. Pero pag may nagre-request ng beef tapa, halimbawa mga iba ang relihiyon, gusto nila ng beef, nagawa kami ng beef, ino-order sa amin. Pigi ng baboy, katulad dito, pigi yung puwet. Naroon kasi yung laman eh. Ang pag-marinate ng Tapang Taal ay ganito. Hinahalo namin yung aming mixture sa tapang slice, tapos hinahalo namin ng ganito. Yung aming talagang proseso ng paggawa ng panimpla, may sekreto din kami. May kaunting dasal-dasal, sana masarap, may pagmamahal na kasama. Para naman ang blessing pasok. Nung ako'y nagsisimula pa lang, talagang nahihirapan ako dahil wala pa akong suki noon. Kung baga, naghahagilap pa ako ng suki. Pero kung ako hindi siguro matyaga, ako ay sumuko na. Hanggang sa nagkaroon na ng mga suki na tikman, bumabalik. Ganon. Ito ang luto ng Tapang Taal.
So Nanay was telling us we have to eat this very hot, right? Dapat,
Yes, mas
dapat
masarap
sobrang
kainin
mainit.
habang mainit pa siya. Very tender.
Very tender. I was almost expecting this to be a bit chewy, but it's not. It's very bone
Very
tender.
tender.
Oh. So in 40 years, did you ever change the recipe? Or always the same recipe?
The same, from the old.
Was it written
Yes.
down?
Yes.
Or tansya-tansya lang?
Written down.
It's written down?
Yes.
Okay.
I never changed the
So you follow it
recipe.
talaga?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Pero anong yung minimum time ng marinade dapat?
Ay, mas maganda yung bago talaga.
Tapos yung secret sauce. I'm not gonna tell you guys what her secret was, but it made a massive difference when she was
cooking?
Ako lang dito ang nagluluto nung may ano.
I'm pretty curious about Taal's famous empanada since they only use vegetables: cabbage, upo, sotanghon, and hibe, or small dried shrimps. The one I'm gonna get it from, Ate Wena, has been selling it for 32 years. She inherited the recipe from her late father and sells 600 kilos of Taal empanadas every day. What I appreciate here is that everything is cooked fresh, so I love it when we find places that batch cook every few minutes to make sure that people are getting their food hot.
So this is one of the things that I find the most unique is they're pumping out empanadas on one side. The market is fully alive and they've expanded so much and the volume surpassed what they could produce from this central stall here. And obviously you're in a market, so it's really hard to expand your space. The one thing you need to do is open more stalls. So what they've done is they've separated the production, one place for all the cooking, for all the insides that are going inside, and then the other place over there for all the rolling out of the dough and putting that together. So quite ingenious. Logistically, maybe a little challenging, but at least it gets them to serve hungry customers quickly and fresh food.
The most popular actually is the empanadang gulay, no? Which is just a mix of vermicelli, the tabayag or the upo, and a little of the shrimp flavoring. No?
Ang aking empanada ay natutunan ko sa aking tatay. Dati kasi ang tatay ko nung bata pa siya, naging boy siya ng isang mayaman dito sa Taal na empanada. Tapos nung siya ay magkaroon ng pamilya, ginawa niya ring hanap buhay ang empanada. Ako na nagtuloy hanggang sa ngayon. Hanggang sa na-invento ko na nga yung mga iba-iba niyang flavor. Sobrang hirap pagsabayan yung pagiging magulang na nagpaparal ka ng anak, maghahanap buhay ka, paglabas sa tanghali, kailangan may benta ka na para naman mapambili ng pagkain. Dati kami ay doon lang sa maliit lang ang lamesa namin. Kasama kong lahat ang aking anak sa paghahanap buhay. Nasa ilalim sila ng lamesa. Naging madiskarte ako para sa aking mga anak.
Wherever you go in the world, especially in South America and in the Philippines, you have empanadas, and they are different in each place you get them. This is probably one of the most unique because it has some sotanghon noodles inside. But more importantly, it's really just vegetables, pepper, a very seemingly simple filling. And because of the light crispiness and slight doughiness and pull of the dough, it really comes together quite well. So I understand why people are such a fan of this stall. Because right outside, you get that sweet crunchiness, crisp. Inside, you have that doughy pull. I could eat tons of this.
Immersing yourself into the town's culture, it's simply just the basic exploration of every corner of the town.
Yung Pancit Biko na naging kasama na ng kultura sa Taal, nakakataba ng puso na kilala na siya ng mga tao.
Ang natutunan ko sa buhay yung pakikisama dito sa palengke. Kahit na maligalig yung mamimili, cool ka pa rin. Po ng po.
Pati mga tao ko, sila kahit na yata matapang ako, sabi ng iba. Pero mga tao ko, meron na akong taong 11 years, 12 years. Kung ano man ang marating nila sa buhay, yung pa rin, tapak sa lupa. Laging ganon, tapak sa lupa.